For those who grew up poor, what did you consider a luxury? Going places during school vacation. The kids would be all like, "Ah, what? Yeah, I've never been to this amusement park." Oh no, Trisha. My family does not even have a car, oh, which is another luxury to me. Lunchables lol. My parents never knew why we wanted to get those for our school field trips. I remember being extremely jealous when kids pulled them out during those trips, especially the pizza ones. Being allowed to turn on the heat during the winter, and also being able to hire a professional to fix broken appliances, plumbing, etc. My mom had 7 children in 10 years, 1950 to 1960. I remember having a whole bottle, those smallish glass ones, that came out of the machine for 10 cents, of soft drink to myself instead of sharing one bottle between all 7 of us. I was perhaps 5 years old. I still remember this as the best thing ever. I got pretty excited to be given my own bed. Parents staying home. I was always alone. Staying at someone's house who wasn't poor, like a relative or friend. Their house was also so clean, beautiful, pictures on the wall, knickknacks on the counter, and carpet you could play on because it was clean. I spent my entire teenage years hiding where I lived. Edit. I had no idea how many people felt the same way. I have no resentment towards my parents, because they sacrificed so much for me and my brother. We are college grads, with careers we love, not living paycheck to paycheck, because of how much our parents loved us, and helped us achieve. I'm like an anti-hoarder now. I don't like to own anything I don't use, or need or like looking at. I throw out, or donate things I don't use anymore. I hate clutter, dirty floors, and those random stacks of papers and mail that form so quickly. Too bad we could not have been friends as teenagers. Having breakfast. It's gotten to the point where I can't eat in the morning because my body is so used to waiting. A hot shower. Cold showers were always available, but when you scraped enough cash to get some diesel fuel and get the burner to kick on long enough to have a hot shower, man, absolutely nothing better. I remember in 8th grade on my birthday at school, one of my teachers asked me what gifts I had received. He asked in front of the whole class. I excitedly shared that I would be getting contact lenses. My parents let me choose one thing that I wanted, and I desperately wanted to stop wearing the broken glasses I had, which I usually did not wear. One of the boys in class made a comment like, "Our contacts are not a present," and my teacher had to explain to him again in front of everyone that for some families they were too expensive not to be a luxury. After that experience I worked 2 and 3 jobs in high school, so I could buy myself and my brothers the things we needed. The first thing I bought with my money from my first job as a hostess at a diner was a queen size bed, because my twin mattress was about 20 years old, and at 15 I was having back problems and issues with rusted springs poking me. Having my own bedroom. New clothes. I grew up pretty poor, no TV, no toys, but had a Sears catalog. My dad got in a serious accident when I was in 4th grade and almost lost his life. He won a small settlement from the community college he was working at, and I was able to buy new clothes for the first time in my life. Before this, all I ever had were hand-me-downs from my cousin and donation clothes from the church. Most were worn to the point of having patches on the knees. The worst part about getting new clothes for the first time is I felt terrible the whole time picking out new clothes, because I always felt like a financial burden to my parents. I remember going to Miller's Outpost and picking out typical 80s clothes, op, TNC, etc. It is funny how growing up poor affects my everyday choices, for better or worse. I'll never outgrow some of the feelings I had as a poor kid, and I feel for any kid who has to endure a childhood of poverty. It will affect them and their choices for the rest of their life. Edit. Thanks to everyone who understands how one can feel so self-conscious about how it feels to have less than others. All are an amazing community. Stay safe out there. Honestly didn't know that pastoroni was $1 until I was a grown-ass man. I thought that was some gourmet shit. Going to the movie theater. Doritos. Or any name brand chips, actually. A new winter coat. I don't remember having a new winter coat until I was probably 14 or 15. They had always been hand-me-downs from my cousins. They were usually at least 10 years old by the time I got them, and the stuffing would be all clumped up. I don't know if anyone can relate, but in about 3rd maybe 4th grade, me and my twin brother had a music class where we were both required to buy a recorder. Like a plastic flute thing. Well, my mom said we didn't have the money, so my twin brother and I tore the whole house up in search of $6 for 2 recorders. We brought a Ziploc bag full of change, pennies, nickels, dimes, etc. I think the teacher felt sorry for us, cause she paid for our recorders when the rest of the students left the room. Gave us the Ziploc bag back. Thank you, Mrs. Albrecht. Edit. Well shit, never thought I would get this sort of response, let alone even a single award. Thank you to all those kind souls who gave me one. My mother used to consider any kind of cereal a luxury. They only had 1 box a month. Grew up pretty poor in Arkansas in a trailer. I literally got a door to my bedroom for Christmas one year. It probably still was the best gift I ever received. Edit. Whoa, did not expect this to blow up. I guess I tapped into the vein of my poor Arky brethren. Go pigs ahoy. Edit 2. Reading through the comments, I am surprised so many others did not have doors either. Feels good so many can relate. D. In middle school I was on reduced school meals, so it would be 0.40 for lunch. So my parents would always give me 2 quarters every morning for lunch. Now the cafeteria would also sell cookies, which was not part of the lunch set, 4.50 each. So saving 0.10 each day, I could afford 1 cookie by Friday's lunch. Good times. Edit. Rip in barks. I was wondering why my phone was blowing up at 7 AM, haha. Brand name cereal was for the upper class, man. School parties where everyone brought something to share for lunch. And if you don't bring something, you don't get to participate. I brought 2 carrots after not being able to afford school lunch for 2 years. Even the teacher laughed at me. My young self just decided that day that some people don't deserve lunch. Edit. Holy shit, guys. I just woke up, but thank you for all of your kindness and all of these awards. I did not expect this at all. I am in a better place financially now, as some have asked, so don't worry. That was so many years ago. I have decided that my children, should I choose to have them, will have what they need when they need it. I hope all of you have such blessed, happy days, because you have made me smile too. Air conditioning. Sometimes we had a jacked up old window unit that would cool down my parents' room on the hottest of summer nights, and we would sleep in sleeping bags on their floor. Sometimes it was broke. Sometimes it just wasn't hot enough to justify running it. Never during the day though, that's what the library was for. For my school's Spirit Week, they had a thrift shop day where most everyone dressed in old ratty clothes or the weirdest stuff they could find in a thrift shop. Needless to say, as someone whose clothes were 80% secondhand, it was an eye-opener. Buying new clothes. The days I justify ordering all kinds of dumb stuff online, but I have always felt a mental block on buying new clothes. It feels like an unjustified luxury, because I always got by on second-hand clothes and free t-shirts. Edit. Thank you, you/Salic16 for my very first award. Taking a bath. I mean, we bathed every night, but it was by heating up water that we would go to the park down the road to get in 5-gallon jugs and filling up a mop bucket to wash off with. Staying over at a friend or family member's house and getting to take an actual shower was amazing though. It's a long time ago, but when I was young, about 6 to 8 years old, back in the early 1960s, we had meat once a week for the family dinner, on Sundays. Going out to eat at a restaurant. Until the age of 12, I thought that you were not allowed to buy things that were not on sale. My mom only bought things when they were on sale and or she had a coupon, so I thought that the and solo items were not being sold. Being able to get candy at a store. New school supplies. Brand name food. Being poor in the Philippines meant no hot water for showers. This was manageable during dry season, since it was always hot, but during rainy seasons, when it would cool outside more it really sucked. I just never enjoyed showers. When I moved to the US I had hot waters and baths. Holy crap. I now love getting clean. Electricity lol. Thanks for paying the bill this month, mom. Eating every day. We're ordering pizza for dinner. Renting a movie from Blockbuster the first weekend of every month. My brother and I got to pick any movie we wanted, as long as it was not rated R. On really special nights, we even got a 2-liter bottle of Sprite for the family to share. And upstairs. As a kid I remember hearing a friend say they were too lazy to run downstairs for something, and thinking I'd kill to be able to run to a 1-star so. Butter. Everything. Actual pajamas were a big one. I always slept in hand-me-down t-shirts. Ordering a drink when you eat out as well. KFC takeout was the best night of the year growing up. Only got it once a year, but man was it the best night ever. Owning books.